As I previously discussed in a video update, there have been reports circulating regarding the Ethiopian government's actions in the Amhara region. Initially, there were claims suggesting that the Ethiopian government was in the process of withdrawing its troops from the Amhara region and relocating them to central Ethiopia. However, recent information from various sources has shed light on a different narrative. Contrary to the earlier reports, it appears that the Ethiopian government is not withdrawing its army from the Amhara region. Instead, it is engaged in a comprehensive reorganization of its military forces in the area. This reorganization involves consolidating troops, particularly in areas where they were previously spread out, creating fragmented camps that were susceptible to supply chain disruptions and logistical challenges. The primary objective of this reorganization seems to be to gather and protect the troops strategically in specific locations. This move allows for better coordination and operational efficiency, reducing vulnerabilities in the military's deployment across the region. Moreover, this strategic shift in the military's approach is accompanied by a multifaceted approach to address the ongoing conflict in the region. One aspect of this approach involves efforts to address religious conflicts, though details regarding the specifics of these efforts remain unclear. Additionally, there seems to be a plan to exert economic pressure on the local population as a means to influence their sentiments and potentially provoke complaints. While a complete quarantine of the Tigray region might not be feasible, the government appears determined to take measures that could negatively impact the area. All these actions collectively indicate that the Ethiopian government has devised a new and comprehensive strategy for a prolonged presence and engagement in the Amhara region. This strategy appears to be centered around consolidating its military forces, addressing internal conflicts, and leveraging economic pressure to achieve its goals. Adding to the complexity of the situation in the Amhara region, it's crucial to acknowledge that amidst these strategic shifts and reorganizations of Ethiopian government forces, heavy fighting continues to rage on multiple fronts. This ongoing conflict further underscores the gravity of the situation and its far-reaching implications. The fact that heavy fighting persists in the Amhara region on multiple fronts underscores the deeply entrenched nature of the conflicts in the area. It also emphasizes the challenges the Ethiopian government faces in its efforts to achieve stability and control. These conflicts are multifaceted, involving various actors with differing agendas, making the situation highly volatile and resistant to quick resolution. The reorganization of government forces, as previously discussed, is occurring in the midst of this ongoing violence. This underscores the urgency and complexity of the government's approach. By attempting to consolidate and strengthen its military presence while simultaneously addressing religious and economic aspects of the conflict, the government is essentially maneuvering on multiple fronts itself. The heavy fighting serves as a stark reminder that despite any strategic shifts or reorganizations, the Amhara region remains a hotbed of instability and conflict. It's a testament to the resilience and determination of various groups involved in the conflicts, each with its own set of grievances and objectives. Moreover, the continuation of heavy fighting in the region raises concerns about the humanitarian toll of the conflict. Civilians in the Amhara region are undoubtedly bearing the brunt of this violence, facing displacement, food shortages, and the constant threat to their lives and well-being. Humanitarian organizations are grappling with the immense challenges of providing aid and assistance in such a volatile environment. In summary, it is important to clarify that the initial reports suggesting a withdrawal of troops from the Amhara region may have been confusing or misinterpreted. The government's actions indicate a significant reorganization of its forces within the Amhara region rather than a complete withdrawal. This development carries implications for the ongoing situation and suggests a potentially extended period of engagement in the region. On the other hand, reports from various sources have shed light on a deeply concerning and distressing situation that unfolded between July 31st and September 9th, 2023, within the Amhara region of Ethiopia. These reports have brought to the forefront a grim reality, indicating that government security forces have been implicated in a series of grave human rights violations, including widespread extrajudicial killings. The affected areas paint a harrowing picture, as these extrajudicial killings have taken place in several towns and cities across the region, including Adet, Debre Marcos, Debre Taba, Jiga, Limi, Majeti, Marawi, Merto Lemariam, and Shiwa Robit. The scale and geographical spread of these reported atrocities are deeply troubling, signifying a pattern of violence that extends across multiple communities within the Amhara region. One particularly distressing aspect of this situation is the concurrent mobile network and telecom blackout that has been imposed across the region. The blackout has compounded the difficulties faced by residents and has severely hindered their ability to communicate, access information, and seek assistance during this tumultuous period. This blackout not only exacerbates the isolation of affected communities, but also raises serious concerns about transparency, accountability, and the flow of information regarding the reported human rights abuses. These reports underscore the urgent need for a thorough and impartial investigation into the alleged extrajudicial killings and related human rights violations. Such an investigation is essential to ascertain the veracity of these claims, identify responsible parties, and ensure that justice is served for the victims and their families. Additionally, the restoration of telecommunications services in the Amhara region is imperative to facilitate communication, access to vital information, and the provision of essential services to affected communities. The situation in the Amhara region demands immediate attention from the international community, humanitarian organizations, and concerned individuals alike. It serves as a stark reminder of the importance of upholding human rights, ensuring accountability for acts of violence, and working towards a peaceful resolution to conflicts that threaten the well-being and safety of innocent civilians.